I always do that. I'm a night rider. Every time that I go up past midnight, I swear I get higher. Swear I gotta get higher now. I'm a night rider. Every time that I give what I gotta supply that fire. Oh, say, can you see? By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave? Happy Independence Day, everybody. America's 249th birthday. Not actually. It's just the day they signed the Declaration. George Washington was still leading his men through battle. He hadn't become the first king or president yet. Today is a day that we celebrate here in America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, the thing that makes people go crazy sometimes. I wonder what's going on in Florida, but hey, what's going on in your world? This is another episode of Bookmarks with Bump, and I'd like to welcome you, bookworms, back to this special occasion. I'm currently recording on Friday, July 4th, because I have some time off from work. We'll get into that in a minute, but yes, it's July 4th. It's the wee hours of the morning before I head to the gym and hit legs and ride the bike and go through the sauna. I am now, 4 days into the training schedule for my September half marathon in Westerly, Rhode Island, and I feel a lot better than I did last week, if we're going to be honest. I've been sprinting quite a bit. I have some sprinting workouts in this training schedule, which I think is a great thing. I think that's something that's necessary for me in order to kind of just build those fast twitch fibers, which I already have too much of, right? But getting an idea of pacing and not getting exhausted. That's another thing that I've been doing, another set of repeats, and they tell me a specific pace to run at through these repeats. So I'm doing 400 meter for anybody who's not into track or running. 400 meters is one lap of the track, approximately a quarter mile. And so I'm doing 400 meter repeats, and it's telling me to run at a 5K pace. And I know that I could hold 7:15 as a pace for a 5K, so running a lap and kind of being conscious of my watch, but also being conscious of my pace. Today's Friday, so yesterday's run was kind of a barn burner. It told me to run at an 8-minute pace, the tempo run. I'm trying to pace myself. God bless me. Thank me. Trying to pace myself and kind of be more conscious of pacing. That's an important thing for me in this training schedule, because that's something that I always, if you listen as I document the races that I run throughout this podcast, you'll see that I've always had an issue with pacing. I always start off too fast, or I always jump the gun or expend myself a little bit too much. And this training schedule, I think the reason why it's going to work for me so well is because it focuses a lot on pacing throughout that. And yesterday, it had me run at 8-minute per mile pace for 3 miles. And I did kind of get under that a little bit. I was running at 7:45, and I liked that. I felt good throughout that pace. And I think that that's a pace that I can maintain. Whereas oftentimes in races, I'll come out and I'll run my first 2 miles running at 6:50 or 6:40 per mile pace, which is ideal, and that's where I want to be eventually, but that's not what I can sustain eventually, and that's never where I've trained. Throughout training schedules, I really just have gone out and logged miles. I haven't focused much on pacing, and I think, I know that's what I have to do moving forward, and that's what I've been working on, and so far, you could see the difference that a few days makes, because I'm not down in the dumps. It could be the time off from work, getting a nice little reset, getting like a sufficient amount of sleep last night. sleeping with dogs. I'm dog sitting for my friends. They're celebrating July 4th up in Lake George, and I'm celebrating July 4th in their beautiful house with their beautiful, rambunctious, never-ending jumping dogs. And let me tell you something, all right? One of my best friends, Landry, he's a dog trainer. And I'm somebody who's very astute. I'm very observant of things. Um, and I spent some time helping him out training a dog who was very much the same way, rambunctious when somebody came in the house that didn't live there typically. However, last night when I went to go to bed, they treated me as if I lived there typically because they jumped in the bed, they patted on the bed, they told me to get in the bed, lay down. I'm ready to go to sleep. And I'm like, damn, dog. Then they woke me up this morning at 6 a.m. by licking my bald head. So it's it's quite the turn of events from when I first walked in the house until last night even. And then this morning, they wanted me up. They wanted me to take them out, feed them. I speak Doganese. I am the dog father, but I'm getting carried away here. What was I talking about? July 4th, having some time off of work. These next few days, I'm really just going to spend focusing on recovery. I've been on the foam roller more. I've been stretching more often throughout the day, and I feel a lot better than I did last week. Whatever the hell I was pouting for, I think I sprinted it out the next day. I went out the day before this training schedule, and if you see on TikTok, you would see what I put out there, what I posted, what my workout was that day, where I did 8 100-meter repeats, sprinting probably 85% for 100 meters, and then jogging through the brake line another 100 meters away, walking to complete the lap, and just banging them out. Finished that workout out with going up the field every 5 and 10 yards. Basically, I stopped 20 times and I did something different, some different form of calisthenic exercise, a sit-up, plank, flutter kicks, push-ups, squats, all kinds of things. And then when I got down to the other end zone, I sprinted back down the field, and that was my cool down, right? I just went out and had fun in the sun, and I think I needed that. I think we all need that, and I'm looking forward to doing that today. So let me bang out this podcast so I can get to all the 4th of July festivities. I have a steak. I have burgers I'll be grilling up. I'm going to be throwing beef in the air to a couple of hungry, drooling dogs. Hopefully Christian and Carly aren't listening, so they can't hear that I'm overfeeding their dogs. But nonetheless, last week I was acting like a bitch. And this week we're going to talk about how to be men. All right, we got some toxic masculinities we're going to talk about, because for whatever reason this is always popping up in my algorithm. And if that says something about me, I don't give a shit. All right. Strong Man Guide put out a thread, the 16 rules of masculinity. Number 1 is to never quit. And listen, as an endurance runner, like, that's what's always in my head. Like, just don't stop running. If you can't hold the pace, at least do your mileage and just push. Always pushing yourself, always pushing myself to my next challenge. That's kind of what my life has been all about for the last 8 years. Holy shit, today's July 4th. This is the first episode that I've ever recorded on July 4th. Today is the day that marks my 8th year without drinking a drop of booze. I threw the greatest party Northwest Connecticut has ever seen on July 4th, 2017. I didn't even see, I wasn't even there. By the time the party started and people showed up, I was already blackout drunk. And that's the reason why I don't drink. Some things in my life are just, they create an insatiable desire. And alcohol was one of those things. That was one of those things that my addictive personality drew to. And that day, that night, I when I woke up the next morning, I saw the mayhem. I lost a shit ton of cash. I don't know where it went. I think I had $1,200 to $1,400 on my person, and it was all gone. Probably in the hands of some very lucky asshole. But nonetheless, I kind of destroyed the family home that day. And yeah, I saw that as one of my many rock bottoms as time grew on. I stopped drinking that day. That was the last time I ever drank a drop of alcohol. So I have a nice THC seltzer here. I will cheers to my 8th year of being California sober. Partially. For the next some odd months, as I was fighting cases and continuing through my debauchery and facing the consequences for my mistakes and becoming responsible, let's see, July 4th, 2017, and then I was locked up October 1st, 2018, after all of the charges and sentencing and nonsense, okay, nonsense. Nonsense that I put myself into. I don't blame anybody for what I did to myself, my lifestyle, my habits, my addictions. But for the next few months there, I was still using prescription pills. I was abusing Xanax. I was abusing cocaine. And it wasn't until October 1st, 2018, where I truly became California sober. I would then go on to not smoke weed for another couple years after that, and then kind of get back into some CBD and cannabinoids as a way to flex and as a way to promote creativity, as a way to promote recovery, and kind of just slow myself down because I hit the ground running hard when I came home. And 2019 was the year that I turned my entire life around. So, October 1st, I'll celebrate 7 years of complete California sobriety, but 8 years today since I drank a drop of alcohol. And I put myself in a lot of positions where I wanted to run. I wanted to run away. I wanted to end everything. I wanted to just get so far away from the lifestyle that I was living and the habits that I was creating. And here I am today because I never quit. The thread goes on to say, a man who quits when things get tough will never be taken seriously. Women, business, and life itself will test you. You will face rejection, failure, and hardship. The weak man complains, makes excuses, and gives up. The strong man adapts, adjusts, and just keeps moving forward. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It only respects results. Quit once and it becomes a habit. Push through and you become unstoppable. And I think not quitting is one of the things that has kind of, that I got from running, that I got from kind of taking control of my health, that I've been able to spread into the rest of the facets of my life. I don't fall short on my lifts no matter how much I ran that day. I don't fall short in my career. There are many times, as I sit here now as a graduated apprentice, the first graduated apprentice in the state of Connecticut, a history-making apprentice. I wanted to quit that job. I was looking for jobs at golf courses. I almost took a job to be a maintenance guy at a golf course with no health insurance, no 401k, no type of benefits or security, just a job that only had so much capacity of growth. And here I am today, the lead tool setter in my company, at my plant. It's all that comes from not quitting and having a breakthrough when things got hard. Number 2 is to control your desires. Weak men are slaves to their impulses. They chase women, waste money, indulge in junk food, and seek instant pleasure, all at the cost of their future. A real man controls himself, and he doesn't let lust, hunger, or laziness dictate his actions. Self-control is the foundation of power. Master your urges, and you will master your life. The guy talking in this thread, and as always, the threads are linked in the description. Please follow along. Make it a read-along podcast. Make it fun for everybody at home. The guy in this picture has a sick beard. I mean, the the edging of this beard, the landscape of this beard and mustache combination is one of the sickest things I've ever seen. But to control your desires is exactly right. I learned quickly in 2019 that instant gratification it's not guaranteed. What is guaranteed is what hard work will give to you, and that's fulfillment. And that's why I always talk about finding your why. finding your goals. If you create your goals and make your life about your goals, everything that falls in line with your goals will fall into your hands. So just keep the main thing, and keep on working. Number 3, build something that outlives you. Masculinity isn't about what you take, it's about what you create. It's about your contribution. How often do we talk about our contribution? Most men live for short-term pleasure, leaving nothing behind when they're gone. A strong man builds a business, a legacy, a family, or a movement. He creates something so powerful that his name lives on. Number 4, no one cares about your feelings. If you think life is unfair, you're right. But complaining about it won't change a damn thing. No one is coming to rescue you. No one cares about your struggles, your pain, or your excuses. A man figures things out on his own and keeps moving forward. The moment you stop seeking sympathy, you become free. Develop a killer instinct. The world doesn't reward the kindest, the nicest, or the most fair. It rewards the smartest, the most ruthless, and the most relentless. If you're too soft, hesitant, or afraid to take what's yours, you will be left behind. You don't need to be cruel, but you must be willing to fight for what you want. Win or be dominated. There is no in between. Number 6 is to never seek approval. The moment you start caring what others think, you've already lost. Most people are weak, lost, and insecure. So why would their opinions matter? A real man does what he wants, says what he means, and never apologizes for being himself. Seeking approval makes you weak. Stop explaining yourself. Let your results do the talking. Number 7 is to learn to be alone. A man who can't be alone is a man who will always be controlled. If you constantly need company, attention, or validation, you are weak. The strongest men thrive in solitude. They use their time alone to think, plan, and grow. Learn to love your own company, and you will never be dependent on anyone. I got to stop on this one because this is how I built myself to where I am today. I spent a lot of time by myself. If that makes me whatever, who cares? It's not about that. And that's exactly the frame of thought you have to have. You think about it for 1 second and stop yourself before you say the judgment, because the judgment is something that'll live in your brain. The judgment is something that you say it in your brain, you start to believe it. Whether or not you know it's not true, you'll start to believe it. So keep that out and keep the main thing the main thing. Keep the goal, and look forward. That's what it's all about, in all honesty. Keeping your goals and moving forward. And when I first came home, I had to stay alone for a long time to figure out what in my life I have control of, don't have control of, how I'm going to plan, how I'm going to move forward. And now I'm accomplished and everything that I wanted to do. I have 3 milestone goals that I built in the first year since I got home. And one was to be successful in my career. I've done that. It's been completed. Number 2 is to run in the Boston Marathon. And this all falls in line with everything that we've talked about, leaving your legacy behind, building a business, building a movement, and then building a family. That's number 3. My 3rd milestone goal in life is to be a great father. And if I accomplish those 3 things, I can die full. And I don't need, except for the family part. And part of being a great father is being a great partner. So that's kind of where the solitude falls out a little bit. But the first 2 of those 3 goals, 2/3, 66% of everything that means everything to me in life, is accomplished or done by myself. Nobody's going to help me with any of this. Number 8 is to never show weakness publicly. The world is a jungle. If you expose your weakness, people will use it against you. Your problems, fears, and struggles should be handled in private. Never break down in front of others. Fix yourself behind closed doors. A man who maintains his composure under pressure earns respect. Number 9, become a master at something. Average men are invisible. If you want to be valued, respected, and paid, you must be exceptional at something. Pick a skill, master it, and become irreplaceable. When you are the best at what you do, people will chase you instead of the other way around. Number 10 is to speak less and do more. The loudest man in the room is usually the weakest. Bragging, oversharing, and talking about your plans makes you look insecure. Do the work in silence. Let your results force people to respect you. Talk less, move in silence, and make power moves. Make money moves. 11. Never let a woman control your life. Sorry to the 60% of female listenership. You could earmuffs for this part. A woman should complement your life, not become the center of it. The moment you start making decisions based on her emotions, she loses respect for you. A man sets his own direction with or without a woman by his side. Never put her on a pedestal. Stay in control. Number 12 is to keep your body in peak condition. Your body is your armor. Treat it like a weapon. If you're weak, overweight, or lazy, no one will respect you. Train hard, eat right, and stay disciplined. Your physical presence alone should command respect. 13. Never trust too easily. Most people will lie, betray, and deceive you when it benefits them. If you trust blindly, you'll get burned every time. Trust should be earned slowly, and even then, never 100%. Stay sharp. Not everyone is your friend. 14. Don't waste time on pointless arguments. Weak men argue about everything because they have nothing better to do. A man with a mission doesn't waste energy proving himself to others. Bang. If someone doesn't respect you, don't argue. Just walk away. Your time is too valuable for meaningless debates. 15. Conquer fear by taking action. Most men are paralyzed by fear. Fear of rejection, failure, or judgment. Fear will never go away, but it loses power the moment you take action. Do what scares you until it becomes normal. That's how you kill fear forever. Number 16, baby, make your own rules. Most men follow society's script. School, job, marriage, retirement. But real power comes from writing your own rules. Decide how you want to live and make it happen on your own terms. A man who follows his own path is a man who can't be controlled. And that's why you got to find your why, because you'll do anything it takes to get there. What keeps a man a man? Some people say it's testosterone. Some people say it's their values. We just talked about values, so let's talk about testosterone. Because testosterone, according to Mastering Life Path, is what keeps men alive and dominant. Here are 10 real and natural strategies to rebuild your testosterone. Number 1 is direct sun. Sunlight equals free anabolic power. It increases vitamin D, dopamine, and nitric oxide. Improves strength, mood, and vascular health. Expose yourself daily without sunglasses or sunscreen at dawn. Number 2 is to quit pornography, please. Porno is fake dopamine, burned out brain, and dead testosterone. Reduces real desire, kills your ambition, and destroys your energy. Now, think about how much time you've spent in your life gooning. Think about how much time you could have spent towards your goal if you weren't just gooning all the time. What's bad for the goon is bad for the gander, or something like that. Number 3 is an animal diet. Meat and eggs are hormonal fuel. Vitamin A, K2, zinc, and choline. Stabilizes glucose and testosterone. Saturates, yes. Seed oils, never. Number 4 is supplement D3 and K2 because light isn't always enough. Increases free T and immunity. Strengthens bones and arteries. 5,000 to 10,000 IU D3 plus 90 to 200 mcg of K2 daily. Always for fat absorption. Always with fat for absorption. Sorry, lipids. Lipids flow through the blood. This is why having fat in your diet is important, because lipids flow through your bloodstream. And when they do, they grab onto vitamins and minerals and carry them where they need to go, specifically the brain. Vitamin K2 is another one that's derived from the sun. I don't know much about it as I know about D. But it's super beneficial, especially in like the northeast area of the country. In New England, where you have 8 months without sun, you need to be taking 10,000 IUs of vitamin D daily, or else you're going to get depressed. 5, don't touch plastics. Plastic is a hormonal poison. They mimic estrogen and they knock down your testosterone. Okay, they're going to shrink your nuts and grow your boobs. So stay away from it. Use glass or steel. You dig? Wear cotton and forget polyester. Start a side hustle. What the hell? This is an ad. All right, 7, train heavy. Muscle is natural testosterone. If you lift weights 3 to 4 times a week, and then you add sprints or high intensity interval training, physical strength is reflected in internal chemistry. Number 8 is to limit sugars and ultra processed foods. We always talk about sugar. We always talk about insulin resistance. We always talk about diabetes and what they do to our body and how they hold stress. But sugar spikes insulin, and high insulin crushes testosterone. Eat real food. Kill the fast food mentality. Kill the fast food mentally and physically. It's always about one ingredient things. Okay, what am I eating? I know exactly what I'm eating. If I can't pronounce an ingredient, I want to stay away from it. Okay, what do I have in this THC Delta Light Seltzer? I have carbonated water. I can read that. I know what it is. Hemp extract. Okay. Citric acid. Not great. And then purified stevia. I know everything in here. I could pronounce everything in here. I don't see this as an unhealthy option. When you eat your food, steak, beef, chicken, eggs, kale, spinach, one word foods, whole foods are the best foods that you can eat for your body. Yes, it might take some time, but we have 24 hours in a day, man. It doesn't take one of those hours to cook a meal. Number 9 is to avoid alcohol. I've been doing that for 8 years. We just talked about that. Alcohol transforms your testosterone into estrogen. You have a low libido, low strength, and low ambition. Drink like a king or don't drink at all. I'm assuming that kings only drink water. Number 10 is to live with a clear purpose, and testo is not just physical. That's a sick little... I'm going to start calling it testo. I'm the testo tyrant. I'm the testo titan. Testo is not just physical. Man without a mission weakens. One with purpose becomes unstoppable. Big goals, daily action, and mastery, not comfort. Never get comfortable. I got comfortable for a few years, and that's how I got a little bit bigger. That's how I grew. I got out of peak performance shape, and I'm working back to it now because that kind of purpose was re-put into my life. There was a spark in my life that lit the fire again and reminded me what I was doing, everything I was doing for. And I appreciate that spark so much, but what I appreciate more is the goal, the plan, having something to live for. That wakes me up every day. That keeps me up every day. People ask me because I've worked in the last, I have it written down here. So it's been 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the last 176 days, today is my 6th day off. I'll have tomorrow and Sunday off as well. 6, 7, 8 days off in the last 179 days. And when I go into day 180, and they ask me how are you not burnt out? And listen, I did get exhausted from time to time, but who gives a shit? I did get burnt out, and that's okay. Like, that's gonna happen. But it was all part of my purpose. Like I just stated before, my 3 milestone goals in life. Everything that I was doing was dedicated towards that purpose, and that's what gave me energy. That's where the testo came from. The turbo testo was building up as I was going through day by day, knocking off my goals. In my head, I wasn't doing too much. I was doing exactly what I needed to do. And sometimes that's exactly who you should listen to. That voice inside of your head, instead of everybody around you saying, oh, you should slow down. Oh, you're going to hurt yourself. How can you do that? You should take time off. Blah, 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 blah. Do you have the same goals as me? No. So don't tell me how to live my life. There are foods that help testosterone as well, because I'm very excited about the foods I'll be eating today. Testosterone is what keeps men alive, according to Elite Masculine. This is just a masculine Monday. If you listen to this on Monday. Otherwise, it's a superior Sunday. Not as if men are superior to anything else. I'm just saying how to be a superior man. Maybe we should cut that in post, but testosterone is what keeps men alive. But in the last 50 years, levels have dropped by 30 to 50%. That's why I found 8 foods proven by science to boost it naturally. Number 1 is ginger. It's the number one natural substance for curing inflammation. It improves blood circulation, leading to better focus, more energy, and enhanced brain function. But what's the best way to consume it? Ginger shots, you can make them in under 2 minutes. Lean red meat is number 2. Follow along with this thread. You're going to want to, because there are videos and everything in these tweets. Number 2 is lean red meat. Flank steak, venison can boost testosterone levels by up to 20%, and the benefits of red meat don't stop. Number 3 is garlic. High stress lowers testosterone, and that's where garlic steps in. It contains allicin, a compound that reduces cortisol levels. Here's how it helps boost testosterone. Your body can absorb allicin unless you chop it, chew it, or crush it. But if you want maximum benefits, here's what you need to do, and another video entailed. Number 4 is eggs, packed with vitamin D and healthy cholesterol, both essential for high testosterone. Number 5 is pine pollen. Pine pollen contains all 4 major androgen, male sex hormones. I'm not going to pronounce these. Androgen hormones are present in pine pollen. Once digested or absorbed, pine pollen raises testosterone levels almost immediately. Number 6 is pomegranates. They boost testosterone by 24% by increasing nitric oxide levels. Number 7 is oysters, which are rich in zinc, a mineral that skyrockets testosterone levels. Number 8 is raw onions. Yum. Studies show they increase testosterone by up to 300%. So if you see me just biting into a raw onion like an apple, don't mind me. I'm just trying to build myself into a stronger feeling man. And that's what all that is. That's what all that testosterone is about. That's what the mindset is about. Building yourself into a stronger feeling man. And I've got some things here that are going to help us build into a stronger looking man. Okay, this is just a man show today. Shout out to Doug Stanhope. Today's episode, Independence Day weekend. Men, let's grow independent. Let's not be dependent on anybody. Let's grow into strong looking, feeling, thriving, growing, building men. And part of that starts with investing in your appearance, according to Bambulu 2.0. These threads today, very video-centric. Please, I urge you again. The threads are in the description. Every time, the links are there. Hit them, follow along as you're going through with the podcast. Invest in your appearance. Hit the gym. Wear a nice suit, some nice jewelry, put on a watch. People will respect you 10 times more. Let's discuss how to become more attractive. Before we jump into the thread, here's a piece of advice for men. Stop looking like trash. Many men look sloppy because they simply don't know how to improve their looks. You will hear them say things like, I'm not a girl, or I don't care about my looks, and that's a coping mechanism. The reality is that every man would choose to look more professional and good if he knew how to do it, especially if it did not cost much time and effort. Improving your appearance will directly improve how people see and treat you in all realms of life. If you look like a bum, people will treat you like one. But if you look like a professional, people will treat you accordingly. Do not misunderstand it. I'm not saying you should obsess over your looks. You're a man, not a little girl. But there are a few things every man should do to look better and more professional. In this thread, we will go over a few things that instantly improve your looks, such as number 1, body language and posture. Poor body language will make the most handsome and professional man look ugly. This can make or break you. It doesn't actually matter how good you look if your posture is terrible. If you want to think of a handsome and tall man with a good physique and style. This man looks like a professional, yet he has insecure body language. He sits with his legs as close together as possible not to offend anyone, and he keeps his head down. When he walks, he has a forward head posture and is slouching. He will look pathetic no matter how much he takes care of his looks. Now, I want you to think of an MMA fighter. It doesn't have to be a famous one. This guy might have a black eye or even a crooked nose. His cauliflower ear might be the size of a potato. He might even be a short guy. However, like almost any fighter, he has strong and confident body language. No matter how sloppy he looks, he will instantly look more respectable because of this alone. Now imagine the same fighter, not looking sloppy, but professional. This combination of body language and looking handsome will separate him from 90% of men walking the face of this earth. Some quick and easy tips for a strong body language is to stand or sit straight with your head, shoulders back, your head up. Make sure you look people in the eye when you make contact and have a firm handshake. At the same time, know how to be relaxed and not tense. This alone will make you appear in control and confident. There are many more tips I could give you on body language, such as your facial expressions, body movement, tone of voice, and how to use your voice accordingly. You heard that right. The tone of your voice and how you use your voice plays a key role in communication and demanding respect. More threads on improving your body language will be made in the future, so make sure you're following. Bambulu 2.0. Number 2 is blood flow. Have you ever noticed this glow you have after doing cardio? That glow is not just because of the sweat. It is actually because of the blood circulation. Circulation in the face will help you look younger and make your skin radiant. This is due to the fact that nutrients and oxygen are effectively distributed throughout your body and across your face with proper blood flow. Getting your blood flowing through your body will make you look more attractive instantly. Some guys might read this and are too lazy to move. But here's the reality. If you could clone yourself and that clone went out for a 20-minute run, he will glow and look better than you instantly the entire day. It doesn't have to be a run. It could be going for a bike ride, going swimming, or using a Stairmaster at the gym. There are thousands of ways to increase your blood flow just to make sure you move and drink plenty of water. Not only does this instantly make you look better, it also gives you more energy and makes your brain perform better. I recommend doing it early in the day so that you can carry the benefits throughout the rest of the day. Number 3, improve your fashion. If you dress like a homeless person, people will treat you like a homeless person. I get sidetracked because some of these are making me think of different people that I look at work and I'm like, the hell are you doing with your life, man? What can I say to you to help you pick your head up? Walking around slouching, all sad and shit. Now, some guys are going through a period of grinding in the shadows, so they don't pay attention to this at the moment, and that's fine. That's fine. But when it comes to looking better, networking, and presenting yourself to the world, you should care. Before we get into how to improve your fashion, I want you to know that you need to have a good physique. If your body is sloppy, you can dress as good as you want, but a man with a good physique will always look better if he doesn't dress well. Now, when it comes to actually improving your fashion, you don't necessarily need to get a custom-made suit to look great. Step 1 of improving your fashion is knowing your style. If your style is dressing casual, you need to perfect it in a way where you can find the best clothing in that specific category. Some people like to dress neatly, but they still manage to look sloppy while doing it. Why? They didn't take the effort to dress better in that specific category. Once you figure out your fashion style and how to improve it in that specific category, you need to know how to match clothes. Learn how to match colors and different clothes with each other. This is the most straightforward advice I can give in short. But if you want to know more in-depth advice, let me know in the comments section down below. Number 4 is grooming. Every man must know how to be well groomed. And the great thing about that is that these are all things that are easy to fix. I will not go over this one too long. It doesn't matter if you have a full head of hair or are bald. If you take care of the small things, you instantly look better. It could be as simple as fixing the shape of your beard. You could do this yourself or let a barber do it. But always get rid of your neck beard. You would be surprised how much better a guy looks after just taking care of these small things. This is why there is often a huge difference when someone just gets a simple haircut. Aside from your hair, make sure you keep your nails cut short and take care of your skin. You don't necessarily need a complex skincare routine, even though everyone will tell you you do. It could be as simple as just being clean and putting on a good natural oil. Just a little bit of lotion, man. A little bit of lotion cleans you up. That almost makes you, that thread almost seemed like a girl wrote it. I don't know who Bambulu is, but I'm going to look into Bambulu a little bit and find out what they got hanging down there. Yeah, that was great. I think Bambulu really said everything, so I didn't have to add on to any of that. Bambulu put a very in-depth thread out there. And I think, if you carry yourself, life is all about how you carry yourself and kind of how you do appear. How you do appear is important. Your contribution will always be the most important thing, but you can't please everybody just with the meat and potatoes. You do have to dress up the dish a little bit. And it's not about doing it because you need it. It's about doing it because you want to be taken serious. I can't take a slob serious, I'll be honest with you. If they work hard, I can point out that they work hard, but there's always that little thing, and I don't really know what it quite is. Um, and I think that's why I try to maintain my appearance as best as possible as well. I think feeling good is next to looking good. Looking good is next to doing good, and it's just like Deion Sanders said, look good, feel good, play good, pay good, live good. And with that said, it's Independence Day. It's the 4th of July. This episode might cause some fireworks because it's got a lot of toxic masculinity in it. But I don't care. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to bring you the most hilariously stupid way to make your life better. And today, if you're listening and you're a man, that's all we did. Find me on social media where I'm putting out my workouts. You can follow along with the workouts. You can get it swole like me. You can come into the gym, challenge me. But find me on TikTok at bookmarkswbump. They're all on Snapchat as well. That's Shondas. Show some love in the comments. As always, subscribe, like, leave a comment, leave a review. And it's all love, baby. God bless. I supply that fire, man. I'm a night rider. I've been riding a wave like I surf. I've been leaning in and out of work. I could show you what it's worth. Money to the ceiling. I started at the dirt. I've been riding a wave like I surf. I've been leaning in and out of work. I could show you what it's worth. Money to the ceiling. I started at the dirt. I'm a night rider. Every time that I go out past midnight, I swear I get higher. Swear to God I get higher now. I'm a night rider. Every time that I give what I got, I supply that fire. I supply that fire, man. I'm a night rider. Every time that I go out past midnight, I swear I get higher. Swear to God I get higher now. I'm a night rider. Every time that I go out past midnight, I swear I get higher. Swear to God I get higher, man.